Okay, so, Mala guys, we should be all at the stage over here. We've got nose, mouth, eyes, yes, throat on the inside, and an eyeball. So now we're going to try and do the ear. Okay, so what I'm going to do to start with the ear is pretty much wing it and see what happens. So I'll grab those faces and I'll extrude these inwards. Okay, just to keep things clear, I'm going to grab half the face and, as usual, delete her. Yep. And I'm going to start trying to get the shape of the ear. Okay, so that would be somewhere there. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to get the inner part of the ear. So then I can extrude it out and get the round parts. If that made any sense. Okay, so let's try that. Grab these faces, extrude. Turn it out a bit, look at it from the front view. So yeah, something like that. So we smoothen this. It's kind of okay-ish. So, what I'll do from here is I'll grab these verts on the outside and start pulling them to the outside of the ear. So this, I want to find a way of flattening it out. So something like that would help. Same here. That's kind of okay. So I can grab these faces and extrude them inwards to get this thickness over here. Okay, so what else do we have going on over here? Okay, it's working again. So the ear, it's starting from the inside, yes, and it's going out and around and going out into the face. Yes, so we need to find a way to get the topology to flip itself back into the ear. Okay, and because things are starting to look complicated now, as usual, the spacebar. I'm going to cut the ear off and then reattach it in later. Yes, makes sense what I'm saying? So I'm just going to grab this, make a duplicate of it, and move it out of the way. And then I'm going to grab these faces all around. Grab all the faces related to the ear. Select the whole face and delete. So now I just have the plain ear and I can mess around with geometry a bit better. Even though this will later on give us a hassle to attach it back to the face. Because if we add more geometry to it, then we need to add more geometry to the face to attach them. Yes? We're understanding anything? Because you're really quiet. Okay. So, if we look at this, we can start moving the geometry with the cut tool. So I'll end that one there. Grab this edge and delete it. I'll also delete this edge as well. Okay, so now the geometry is going around the ear and going back in. So after we do that, I can also grab this and move it here. That opens fine over there, and that can stop somewhere there. Okay, we need some geometry passing through here and around. So maybe I can get this vert over here and but I think I'd need to extrude first. So I grab these faces and this face. Oh, we need to plan for this as well. So let's grab all these and extrude that. Take it in slightly and push it inwards. Okay, we're already starting to get something that looks a bit like an ear. So this edge over here, it's looking a bit dodgy when I smoothen it. So if I rotate it, okay, so I rotated the edge. It was like this, and rotated it that way. Okay, so now when I smoothen, it's going inwards. It's more organic, the flow. Yes, we're getting this? More organic? Well, to shift that, I use CTRL, Alt, and the arrow tools. And I keep switching back and forth. And I'm just going to grab this and smoothen it out a bit better. Okay. Now we're doing this thing over here. You can see how things start getting a bit complicated. Alright, so I want this line over here to keep on going and turn around the ear. So if I bring it till here, I think it's good enough for now. So that would go there. Yep. This I think is this is the inside. So that will have to go up there. Can grab this and pull it down there. I can grab this geometry that's in here and keep moving it around so I get the lip around the kind of curve around the ear. Okay, that didn't work as planned. So I'll start moving these in here. Okay, well, by doing that, it's not really helping me, is it? No. Guys, sometimes when you're trying to break edges which aren't quads, you'll start getting some errors. Okay, it basically won't obey. So what you can do is rebuild everything pretty much. Okay, so we'll delete those, delete this face, and I'll try and chop that, which it should let me know. Yep. Okay, and then I can use the append polygon tool, which is not over here. Edit mesh, append polygon tool, and I can fill it in again. Okay, so this vertex, I think I can snap over there and get rid of everything. So I can edit mesh, merge the center. I can do the same with these two. So now we have a bit of a cleaner geometry, even though there's a long way to go. This line should keep on going, and actually no, it just should dissipate over here. So it should be fine like this. Okay, so the outer edge is good. We're getting the flow that we want. Okay, it's going around, going back in. Now we need to start planning on what's going to happen on the inside part of the ear. So what do I want to do here? Yeah, you're going home? Ciao. So we'll extrude this down. Scale it inwards. So now it's starting to get the shape of an ear, although there's a lot of geometry that needs a lot of fixing. That's a good way to kind of average out your geometry, your vertices, is by using the average vertex tool. So if you go to edit mesh and average vertex over here, it will start averaging out where your vertex should be in relation to the other vertices next to it. So what? Mesh, average vertices. Yeah? Try it out on this one as well. See where it sends it. This one. Okay.
Is it always accurate enough to count on it though?
No, it's not. But it will give you an average. That's what it says, average. So take it as an average. All right, so we've got this. All right. We could put the little hole over here as well. So I can grab these faces and extrude those in. Average vertices on that and push it further in. These verts can be pulled out a bit. And okay, so here the geometry goes in and then blends into this hole over here. It doesn't keep on going all the way up here. So we need to find a way of doing that. So if I grab this edge and cut that. So now I know where it's meant to end. Okay, so these need to go to the bottom. And this edge over here needs to follow it. So I'll draw that in. Now guys, the ears is one of those things that you model once. You model it well, and then you keep copying and pasting it. Because it does take a while to finish off. So what we'll do here is we'll create kind of the average ear, and then you guys do it. I'll keep zenning with it until it comes out good. And hopefully you guys will have your own ears to use next time. Okay, we have two triangles. Delete that. Now it's a quad. Can push that inwards. This can come out a bit. All right, now we need to find a way how we're going to attach this. Because over here at the moment we just have a big mess. Although we're going to have a hole over here eventually, so all extra geometry can start flowing back into the hole. Yes, because the hole will delete the faces at the edge, and we can throw all the geometry in there. Kind of like a big dump yard. So let's find the hole. Delete the end face. Okay, so now if I use the insert edge loop tool, and for instance cut an edge here, the geometry is going to end over here, and I don't need to hassle about it not matching up with the face. So let's see how we can get this geometry flowing inwards. So maybe this could go in there. All right, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fine. We have a triangle here, which we need to get rid of. So now we'll see. Actually, I can just do that. And this is also a quad. So now our geometry is looking better. We've got problems over here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So actually what I would do on this one, because we are going to need more geometry on this side. So I'm just going to grab this and attach it to the center over here. And I press enter again. I don't know what else you want from me. I pressed enter. And it doesn't want to get out of the tool as well. Alright, let's try that again. If we stop here, will you be happy? Kind of. Alright, we've got, nope, there everything's fine. So I can grab these verts and move these out a bit. Okay, here looks a bit weird besides the triangle. So maybe for this we can just chop that off like that. Let's try it again. Just the keyboard every now and then just stops working. Spacebar, everything. Alright. Maybe the keyboard should work if I... Maybe if I pull it out and pull it back in. Which one's the keyboard? The corner. Still not working. It's a new keyboard. I'm thinking it's the recording software. That's being funny. But I need to press enter. Otherwise, I can't close the tool. Check.
On-screen keyboard.
Huh?
On-screen keyboard.
How do you get an on-screen keyboard? Oh, worked. Edge, delete. So I've got another triangle over here. So what am I going to do with this triangle? Can't merge it. I'm gonna have to cut it as well. Maybe chuck that in the air. So now what I did is I got this triangle from here and I moved it to over here. But this one I can fix by merging those two, and there's no more triangle. Yes, you understood kind of how you need to play around with geometry? Essentially in the ear it won't really be bad because it doesn't really deform. But if, for instance, around the mouth, it will be bad because when the mouth is opening and closing, you'd get kind of weird deformation when it's smoothened. And a lot of times, let's say, if you have a triangle and you smoothen it by adding geometry, not just smoothening by pressing tree. I mean by smoothing it by going to mesh and smooth. It will usually get your triangles and turn them into quads as well. Okay, but ideally it's a good idea not to have triangles. In video games you can have triangles because usually you don't have that much deformation going on, especially around the head. But still, no triangles. Alright, so now we need to try and we need to get a hole over here, I think. The keyboard again. Alright. I think we need a hole in here. Made sense? This hole kind of we can just move it inwards a little. And over here we need another extrude in here. Okay, so I need to grab these faces, leave that, and extrude it in. Okay. And now we need to find a way of getting these to flow better. You see how weird it is over here? It kind of ends and then continues, this part over here. So we need to get it to flow better. It actually looks weird and if I unsmoothen it as well. So maybe I can grab this and switch it around. Possibly. It's looking better here, but it's looking weird up here. So how could we fix that? This thing over here, I know it needs to move up. Alright, so what I can do is I can grab this geometry and cut everything in half. And back into the ear. So basically, guys, if in doubt, just chuck it inside the ear hole. Yeah, so now I have another triangle here. I can grab this edge and merge them together. Okay. We can also add some geometry on the inside over here to try and get that shape out better. The thing that it didn't continue over here means that there's probably something wrong. Which, okay, it's not a four-sided face, so we need to fix that. And now we can keep on going. And I'm going to hide it in a triangle over here for now. Okay, to get the inside curvature, what I'll do is I'll grab these faces over here. Maybe this. And I'll extrude that inwards. Scale it a lot. And try and make sure that this is not intruding in our outer shape. And then maybe I can rotate this around and get something that looks better. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, everything is, nope, we still have a triangle here. We'll leave that like that for now. Maybe get back to it later. Okay, so we're getting, the shapes are starting to come out now. What we need is a bit of a fatty area over here. So we'll find out where that is. So that's the area we want. We're going to extrude that out. Scale it inwards. Average verts. Pull it further out. So now we're giving thickness to this part of the ear. Okay. Now we're going to check out the shape of the ear hole, and to do that I'm going to delete these faces up here and just mess around with these verts. Okay, I'll grab these edges and extrude those outwards, or inwards rather. Scale that in, pull it up, further up, and give it a bit of a curve so that we can never see the end of the hole. Yeah? And that's, now we've got something weird over here. So we have to find a way of solving this. And to solve that, maybe we could cut it from there. Pull that down. Delete this edge. Okay, it's getting a bit better. We can get this vert and pull that out. Okay, and that pretty much solves the problem for us. We can pull this one inwards a bit. Nope. Okay, so that's a quick ear. Yeah, so now all we have to do is attach it back to the face or to the head, if we can select it. Okay, so I'll grab the face. Something's going very wrong with this computer. Here maybe. But the spacebar works at least. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save, because it looks like it's about to die soon. And save as. It still wants nothing to do with me. So yeah, let's just close it. Close it. Close it. Okay, we're working. So I'm going to just turn everything to 0. So now kind of the ears are on top of each other. I'm going to grab these faces. I'm going to press Shift and full stop to grow my selection, and then I'm going to press delete. Okay, so now we've got our ear kind of attached to the face. And what we're going to do is we're going to show the geometry. We'll combine them, so mesh combine. And I'm just going to go in and start merging Okay, I think I know what the problem is. There seems to be problems with the network. So we're going to go to Edit Mesh, merge to center, and I'll start merging the verts. So we're going to have verts which are kind of running stray. So we're going to have to find a place where to put those eventually. Got one there. We pretty much doubled the geometry that we had. That's what happens if I smoothen this. Okay, smooth isn't working. Okay, we just need to find a way of connecting the extra edges. So this one's easy. I can just cut an edge from, okay, instead of that we'll use insert edge loop tool. I can just chop that, grab this vert over here and snap it onto the other vert and merge it. This one over here, maybe I can just cut it off. Yeah, I can chop it there. Merge to center. We've got another one over here. Which, okay, cool. Merge to center again. Now we've got this one over here. So this one goes into the eye. So I don't want to add more geometry to the eye. Yeah, so we're gonna have to find another way of doing this. Maybe I can mess around with the angle. Or maybe just delete it completely and then. Any ideas, guys, what I could do with this?
You cannot interactive split root.
And do what?
Cut the box in front of it in two.
Cut the box in front of it in two. This one? And then the one next to it.
No.
Huh?
What? Says Joe.
Huh?
All
What do you mean? With the same geometry? Because it needs to be part of its face. It needs to be connected. Here, I think I can delete that. So all I need to do is find a way of getting this somewhere better. So maybe we can work inwards, because I know that if I go inwards, there's the hole in the ear. Obey me. Oh, it took me half an hour just to click on there. I don't know, maybe I double click on it. Yep. Alright, so now we just have a triangle over here. So the triangle, we're managing to move it deeper inside the ear in places that doesn't show. And so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I grab this edge. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what about here? What's going on here? Alright, so here, triangle, still a problem. This is one of those times when you spend 15 minutes trying to work something out, and then when you watch the thing again, you say, oh, it was so simple. If you guys have any ideas, obviously let me know. So I'm going to delete this edge. So I deleted that. Yes, and I'll attach it to awek. That's how it was. Actually, yes, you're right. Here, done. See, it's a triangle now, because now there's this 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we'll just average those verts. Nice one. Here it's still quads. If we smoothen this, it looks like it still looks fine. Maybe this is a bit much over here. So I grab these two edges, move them in. Okay, so that kind of looks like the ear. Maybe this should be a bit more forward. Nope, she just has a weird ear. That's the way it's meant to be. So what we can do is grab some verts and just move them out to try and get closer to her actual shape. And that is the ear, guys. You gonna give it a go? Yeah? Go for it.